Lu Xing has surprisingly fallen in love with an elf, and he wants to pursue a passionate cross-species romance. Just now, Lu Xing instantly defeated the so-called 13 Star of the East, Lu Moing. This scene scared the other martial arts fanatics to the point of wetting themselves. Lu Xing originally thought the opponent would be very strong, but he didn't expect him to die without withstanding even a single move. Hao Pulian, who was nearby, was shocked to discover that the former Star of the East, whose combat power far surpassed 13 stars, Lu Moing, was defeated by Lord Lu with just one move, as if swatting a fly. Seeing this, Lu Xing simply raised his hand gently, and several golden energy beams flew out towards the surroundings. Damn, he has become enlightened. It seems that the so-called 12-star combat power was just what Lord Lu wanted the world to see. By wiping out all the evil grandmasters alone, this military performance is going to make our eastern military region stand out. 2 seconds later, Lu Xing slowly spoke, indicating that this level had been cleared. The next moment, Lu Xing turned into a golden streak of light, heading deeper underground. The words divinity and her mentioned by that person earlier caught Lu Xing's attention. Before long, Lu Xing arrived at the depths of the cavern. The scene was lush and overly quiet. The dense black mist here made it difficult even for Lu Xing, with his 7th or 8th level spiritual power, to probe into. If a weaker mindweaver came here, they would likely be completely blinded. Ahead seemed to be a dark area. After pondering for a moment, Lu Xing still decided to barge in. The moment he entered, a strong white light shot out. Under this white light, Lu Xing's gaze gradually became blurred. The next moment, the surroundings transformed into a sunny jungle. Following that, a pair of jade feet slowly stepped out. The beautiful scene left Lu Xing somewhat dazed. Could it be that this is a native of another world? This is too miraculous. There are even intelligent beings living here. Subsequently, the elf stretched out her left hand, seemingly curious about Lu Xing as well. Attracted by this beautiful scene, Lu Xing slowly walked forward, unsure if the other party would like humans. He felt an urge to pursue a romance that transcends worlds and species. Suddenly, a strong light emanated from Lu Xing's forehead, and the beautiful elf girl in front of him began to distort, transforming into an ugly tentacle monster. The tentacle monster whispered hypnotically, "Come here, don't be afraid, come here, don't mind appearances, here you'll find everything you desire." While speaking, countless tentacles stretched out from the darkness behind it, ready to reach for Lu Xing. "Yes, just like that, come back, join us, come into my embrace." As it spoke, the tentacle monster had already wrapped its tentacles around Lu Xing's neck. A long tongue slowly extended out. "Hee, my dear child." Just then, Lu Xing gathered energy in his right hand. "Disgusting, you really fell for it. What a fool," he said, raising his hand in an internationally recognized gesture in response. Seeing that he had been tricked, the tentacle monster roared in anger. "I hate disobedient children. You must be killed." As it spoke, a blast of dark energy flew towards Lu Xing. At the same time, Hao Pulian found Lu Moing's identification token by the vampire corpse. It turns out that this person was indeed him. In the following time, several people registered the identities of these slain grandmasters. Among the grandmasters lying on the ground, many were once prominent figures in martial arts schools outside, now collectively lying here like dead dogs. Almost 30 martial arts grandmasters died in one breath, likely the largest grandmaster bloodshed event in recent years. However, the bald man stated that these people were those who should have died long ago, just dying again. They certainly weren't anything good. As they spoke, Lu Xing swiftly moved to the front, picked up 2 baskets of mithril, and called on several people to immediately leave the cavern. He also told Hao Pulian to quickly inform the other general's star squad still in the cavern to make a run for it. Hao Pulian hurriedly asked, "What happened? Why the sudden rush?" Lu Xing awkwardly replied, "I just accidentally angered a little thing deep in the cavern. She's about to start a riot." At that moment, a furious voice came from the cave entrance. "I'm going to kill him. Kill that bug." The monsters behind continued their relentless pursuit. After a period of fleeing, the group finally escaped to the surface, carrying 3 large bags of mithril ore. Fortunately, these exotic beasts do not leap out of the ground, and thankfully, there were so many of them that they crowded and slowed each other down. Otherwise, they would have caught up to us. Looking at the pairs of red eyes at the cave entrance, Hao Pulian asked, "What are these things? How could they cause such a massive uproar?" Lu Xing wasn't very clear about these monsters either, but he told Hao Pulian, "Don't worry about it. Let's head back to the military district first. We've made a significant haul, so we need to upgrade our equipment." After the group left, Lu Xing looked back towards the depths of the cavern again. Being tricked by a bug, I would be angry too. Someday, when that bug crawls in front of you again and then delivers a deadly blow, I guess you'll be even angrier. Soon, the group arrived at the headquarters of the Eastern Military Region. Seeing the mountainous pile of mithril, everyone was astonished and envious of Hao Pulian's team's incredible luck. They had only been inside for a few days and had discovered a mithril mine, not only in great quantity but also of high purity. Truly a fortune. Hearing the envious comments, the bald trio couldn't help but smile broadly. At that moment, a knowledgeable guy came out and said, "This isn't just about luck." He reminded everyone of the license plate number of the car they had just seen. That license plate was no ordinary one in the military district, for it belonged to a top general's vehicle. Hearing this, everyone was speechless with shock. shock. Could it be that the unfamiliar young man they saw earlier was a top-rate grandmaster? The knowledgeable guy sighed helplessly. We all misjudged. He's a real big shot. If I could cling to such coattails, I could skyrocket in place. Saying this, his eyes nearly teared up 2 tons of water, regretting his earlier lack of eloquence and missing out on this 12-star top-great grandmaster. Hearing the discussion, the bald man came out to explain. Although Lord Lu appears to have 12-star combat power, that's not his full strength. I believe Lord Lu Xing's current strength must be at least 20 stars, minimum. After all, who else in the military district could instantly kill dozens of great grandmaster level fighters with one move? Upon hearing this, everyone was stunned. It's hard to imagine this is true, but if it is, it makes them even more upset. They had the chance to meet him just now, but missed it. 2 minutes later, the group arrived back at Lu Xing's residence. Lu Xing asked Hao Pulian to take the mithril for accounting first and to take their share. Hao Pulian immediately said okay. After handling everything, Lu Xing slowly lay down on the bed, ready to do the most important thing. 2 seconds later, Lu Xing entered the dream space to immediately inquire. He needed to figure out today what exactly was at the depths of the cavern. The next moment, several information panels swiftly appeared. At this moment, Lu Xing was incredibly shocked. What's going on? It turns out that the Abyssal Rift is connected to the second battlefield. The Abyssal Rift, as explained in the Spark project, is a spatial crack formed when 2 worlds overlap and collide, and each crack is different. If the crack is relatively intact, a twisted gray zone forms inside. This zone can accommodate the arrival of top fighters from another world, as mentioned in the data as the gray zone of the second battlefield. 2 different planes, different times, and even different universes, due to some reasons, accidentally collide and overlap. So, is this the real source of the exotic beast invasion? But clearly, the world of the exotic beast is much stronger than ours. Because of the significant gap in strength, the exotic beasts from another world can easily invade ours. In contrast, it is exceptionally difficult for us to reach the other world. No wonder I absorbed so many zombie memories, but had none about this. The scenes of level 10 and 11 fighters are very rare, like high-level experts such as Wang he are only heard of. It turns out they all went to the second battlefield to combat powerful monsters from another world. Countless strong individuals keep entering the battlefield, and the exotic beasts also grow stronger over time. Thus, the main conflict of the martial arts world for the next 10,000 years will be this. The intensity of anxiety between 2 civilizations depends entirely on the clash between the top fighters of both civilizations. However, the exotic beasts won in the end. Therefore, humanity is pouring all its resources to try to produce a level 12 fighter, which led to the creation of the Spark project. But can a martial arts level 12 really have a chance to win the battle of the second battlefield, or maintain an advantage? Lu Xing feels it's also difficult. After all, you need at least level 10 to qualify to enter the second battlefield. In my 300 years of martial arts, the second battlefield has not yet been developed, so all this seems not very related to me. That's not right. If I reach level 11 or even 12 within 300 years of martial arts, couldn't I go through the Abyssal Rift and crush every top fighter from another world one by one? As he spoke, a golden beam of light enveloped Lu Xing's entire body. At that moment, it seemed like the whole world was glowing. Lu Xing incredulously looked at his hands, not expecting to have broken through unconsciously. Could it be because his goal was now completely clear? It seems this idea is feasible. I must strive to quickly advance to level 12, then enter the second battlefield, invade the other world, and resolve this catastrophe at its root. I cannot allow this war to drag on for 10,000 years, letting a crisis of civilization's downfall end definitively by my hand. Lu Xing, in 300 years of martial arts. Just then, the butler and the maid came slowly with cups of tea, presenting it as a special gift from Butler Wang, Ling Chuan Wang Jing tea. Just by its color, it exuded a faint greenish hue. As Lu Xing slowly took a sip, he unexpectedly discovered that the tea contained a peculiar power. Lu Xing never thought he'd reach a day when people would bring him specially provided tea. The next moment, Butler Wang clapped his hands and said, "The custom level 7 spear you ordered has been crafted. Please have a look." Seeing this, Lu Xing summoned the spear through the air. Very nice. Not just an ordinary level 7 weapon. It feels almost like level 8. I am very satisfied. After speaking, Lu Xing mentioned that he had brought back a lot of mithril these past few days and asked Butler Wang to craft another weapon. Also, he reminded the butler that there would be guests later and to remember to prepare some dishes. As the two just stepped out the door, the butler said to Li Dai, "It seems you're quite lucky to meet someone like Lord Lu." Hearing this, the girl blushed. The butler continued, "Work hard and don't let down Lord Lu's trust in you. You might have a chance to stand out in the future." Hearing the butler's words, the girl seemed to understand some hint and her face flushed as if about to fly. While Li Dai was lost in thought, a figure in a black robe appeared behind her. "Li Dai, don't be nervous. I'm an old comrade in arms of your parents. I even held you when you were little. You're working with Lu Xing now, aren't you? Interested in a chat?" Hearing it was the weird uncle who held her as a child, Li Dai hesitated for 2 seconds before agreeing. Meanwhile, on the other side, Dong Qingxue was picking someone up at the station in District 3. Just then, a man with with yellow hair, seeing such a beauty, walked over to hit on her. "Wow, look at that curvy figure and that cool, beautiful face, really matches my taste," he said, approaching Dong Qingxue, asking which division she was from. Dong Qingxue noticed the insignia on his shoulder indicating he was a 7-star general. Immediately, she saluted him, reporting, "I am Colonel Dong Qingxue, under Major General Yu Fei of the 1182nd Division in the 9th War Zone." Yellow Hair said he didn't know Yu Fei, but he knew a general from the 9th War Zone and asked Dong Qingxue to have dinner with him that evening and to invite their general as well. Hearing this, Dong Qingxue immediately responded that she was waiting for someone and already had plans for the evening. Yellow Hair was displeased and demanded that Dong Qingxue cancel her plans. Dong Qingxue said she couldn't cancel as the person she was meeting would be upset. Yellow Hair sneered, "Then let him come too. I'm quite interested to see whose anger in District 3 would have more severe consequences than mine." Just then, a hand was placed on Yellow Hair's shoulder. The next moment, Yellow Hair was choked by a man, nearly unable to breathe. The man disdainfully said, "Is this all the strength a general from the Eastern Military Region has?" At that moment, Dong Qingxue shouted, and he stopped. "Sis, long time no see. Didn't expect you to get even cuter. Now that you're here, I'll head back first. You're still the same, so distant. Haha, alright then. Go back and tell all the experts in your Eastern Military Region that Dong Xingyi is here." Meanwhile, Lu Xing was taken by Qin Xiaojun to a bar for drinks. "You say Dong Qingxue went to District 3 to pick someone up, so she missed the gathering because of this." However, hearing this, Lu Xing's mind was filled with questions about who exactly Dong Qingxue had gone to pick up and who needed her personal attention. Seeing Lu Xing's confusion, Qin Xiaojun immediately said she was picking up her brother, her half-brother to be precise, Dong Xingyi. "This Dong Xingyi is no small deal, just like you, a demonic-level martial arts genius, the most favored disciple of the Transcendence Martial Saint, practically his successor." Upon hearing this, Lu Xing simply responded, "That is indeed quite impressive." Seeing Lu Xing's reaction, Qin Xiaojun burst out laughing because he could tell from Lu Xing's calm demeanor that Lu Xing really wasn't concerned about Dong Xingyi. "Lu Xing, I know you're young with a combat level of 12 stars, naturally talented and successful, but let me tell you, don't take it lightly. Dong Xingyi is not ordinary. Being a successor to the martial saint is not as simple as you think. Not only that, Dong Qingxue also has another brother named Dong Padian, who is ranked first on the general's star list in the Central Military Region with a combat power of 27 stars, known as Dong Emperor of the Central Region. That's more than double your strength. Think about what that means. So Instructor Dong's brother is that Dong Emperor of the Central Region? That's quite interesting." Seeing Lu Xing's puzzled expression, Qin Xiaojun patted Lu Xing's shoulder to reassure him. "How about that? Breaking a sweat yet? So, if you're thinking about pursuing Dong Qingxue, you definitely have to get past her brothers. It's a rough path ahead. Young man, take care." Hearing this, Lu Xing's face suddenly turned red. "Who said I was chasing Dong Qingxue?" Seeing Lu Xing's stuttering reply, Qin Xiaojun shouted, "You're a grown man. Why be so secretive? Besides, Dong Qingxue isn't playing coy with me." Hearing this, Lu Xing asked in surprise, "What did you say? What did Dong Qingxue admit to you?" Seeing Lu Xing's expression, Qin Xiaojun didn't forget to tease, getting agitated. "Gotcha. Lu Xing, I know your martial arts are strong, but when it comes to romance, you're a rookie. I can see right through you." Resigned, Lu Xing admitted Qin Xiaojun was right and asked, "What exactly did Instructor Dong admit to you?" Qin Xiaojun laughed and said, "What do you want her to admit?" "Alright, I'll stop teasing. She definitely has feelings for you." He pointed at Lu Xing and continued, "You kid, the last time she asked you out for a meal, she probably wanted to talk about this, but you stood her up. Nice going." Lu Xing blushed. "Ah, so that was it." However, Qin Xiaojun told Lu Xing not to worry too much. According to Qin Xiaojun's understanding, once Dong Qingxue is set on something, it's generally hard to change her mind. So, the key is still to get past her two brothers, Dong Xingyi and Dong Padian. Just then, two men walked in and said, "He's too strong. This Dong Xingyi, on his first day in our Eastern Military Region, he defeated the top-ranked Sun Hengyu and the second-ranked Ji Sun on the general's star list, slaying both masters. Who else can match him?" It's said that his emergence this time is to fight his way through the 4 major military regions to prove his martial arts are invincible and to pursue the path of the saint. Martial saint is really exaggerating. There are countless experts in the military district. Surely someone can handle him. Qin Xiaojun hadn't expected Dong Xingyi to start making moves already. With the Eastern Regional Tournament imminent, this guy actually chose this critical moment to issue challenges. How arrogant. The martial saint's name really carries weight. The military district probably can't do much about him. So, Lu Xing, you need to be careful. Dong Xingyi claims he's going to sweep through the East, going down the rankings list, and it'll be your turn soon. Plus, with your connection to Dong Qingxue, you're definitely going to get special attention. However, Lu Xing's expression remained unchanged. He simply asked, "What's the relationship between Dong Qingxue and her brother?" Qin Xiaojun thought Lu Xing was considering using his relationship with Dong Qingxue to get Dong Xingyi to skip him, but Lu Xing explained that Dong Xingyi's visit was likely intended as an opportunity to cultivate his invincible spirit in preparation for his future assault on the martial saint title, which is very important for his martial path. And since he's Dong Qingshua's brother, at the end of the day, he's basically a big brother-in-law. And then, what do you plan to do? If he encounters me, he will surely be subdued by me. If his invincible momentum hasn't yet started and I disrupt his mindset, naturally his path in martial arts will become uncertain. Dong Xingyi will regard me as a mortal enemy, and it will certainly be difficult for instructor Dong being caught between me and him. In the future, adding Dong Padian to the mix, if I incapacitate both her brothers, our relationship might become very strained. It's really tough for me. At this moment, Qin Xiaojun was so shocked by Lu Xing's words that he immediately covered his mouth and burst into laughter. When it comes to showing off, you're the champion, Lu Xing. I'm impressed. Meanwhile, on the other side of the military district, smoke and dust were rising. Dong Xingyi dusted off his shoulder and said, regarding those present, is this all you've got? I'm really disappointed. Dong Xingyi stands like a statue at the center, and the surrounding general stars are quite troubled. Even the top 10 general stars together can't handle him. What can be done? Just then, Dong Xingyi stopped fighting and walked straight towards Dong Qingxue. The next moment, a girl emerged from behind Dong Xingyi. And me too, Sister Qingxue. Brother Dong has hidden his edge for 20 years. Now that he has unsheathed it, Miss Lin Wanwan, coming to the military region with my second brother, you must have something important in mind. Lin Wanwan, a very ordinary name, but her mother is the well-known martial saint Lin Jingyue of the Dragon Nation. The next moment, Lin Wanwan threw herself into Dong Qingshue's arms. Of course, Sister Qingxue. I am conducting research on exotic beast genes and need a large number of experimental samples, so I came along with Brother Dong. I was actually hoping to recruit some help here in the Eastern Military Region, but Brother Dong has already beaten everyone here. Alas, Dong Xingyi said, the people of the Eastern Military Region are all brawlers with combat strength but no skill. They're of no use, except for that Sun Haoyu, who is somewhat capable. His name is Sun Henyu. Dong Qingxue reminded. It's all the same. People who can't even withstand 3 of my moves aren't worth remembering, Dong Xingyi said disdainfully, preparing to head to the lower levels of the Eastern Cavern, thus needing the help of Dong Qingxue, a mind weaver. Dong Qingxue asked, which level are you planning to head to? Dong Xingyi responded, the deeper, the better, since the more powerful the exotic beast, the more valuable the genetic samples. Don't underestimate Wanwan's research. If successful, it could revolutionize the entire world's martial arts landscape, and my chance at becoming a martial saint might just depend on her. Touching the necklace Lu Xing gave her, Dong Qingxue remained silent for a long time, and finally gritted her teeth and agreed, but on the condition that you agree to one thing. Dong Xingyi, seeing that his sister was close to reaching the Grandmaster level, thought she was making a request related to martial arts, so he casually agreed. But Dong Qingxue said, this has nothing to do with martial arts. Are you planning to fight your way down the Eastern General Star ranking list one by one? Exactly. Although they are not challenging opponents, since I'm here, I might as well warm up. The next moment, Dong Qingshue's face blushed slightly, and she said softly, skip the 4th one. Hearing this, Dong Xingyi stroked his chin, trying to recall who was ranked 4th. It turns out to be that 12-star general from the 9th War Zone, Lu Sheng. Saying this, Dong Xingyi flashed forward and snatched the necklace from Dong Qingshue's neck. This was given to you by him. It's imbued with a pure martial will. Seeing this, Dong Qingxue became anxious and shouted, give it back to me. You still have the same temper as when you were little. Can't even take a joke. But since you've mentioned him, I will honor your wish and skip him, but only for this time at the military university's demonstration. After I've fought through the 5 military regions, this young man you're fond of must be able to withstand one of my moves for me to acknowledge him and not interfere in your affairs. Otherwise, no matter how much you favor him or like him, it won't be okay. Understand? Hearing this, Dong Qingxue was silent for a moment. Dong Xingyi continued, this hurdle of mine is the easier one. Getting past Dong Padian will not be so simple. Remember the boy next door from the Qin family who wanted to chase you when you were little? Padian nearly killed him on the spot. Recalling her formidable elder brother, Dong Qingxue immediately showed a worried expression. The next moment, a pair of jade hands grabbed the distracted Dong Qingxue. Don't worry, Sister Qingxue. When the time comes, I'll have my seniors secretly go easy on him to ensure he won't get hurt. But Dong Xingyi teased, Lin Wanwan, if you ever fall in love one day, your boyfriend will have it even harder. Your mom is a martial saint, and you have a bunch of martial arts dominating brothers. But Lin Wanwan confidently shook her head. My mom listens to me, and my brothers listen to my mom, so what do I have to worry about? Saying this, Dong Xingyi prepared to set off again. He planned to sweep through the high-ranked fighters on the Eastern General Star list within the next 2 days, and then delve deep into the cavern. As for Lu Xing, old man, I've got my eye on you. On the other side, Lu Xing once again entered the dream world. He hadn't paid much attention before, but now he realized that the people around Dong Qingxue were indeed masters, one a 5-star, another a 6-star. Dong Xingyi was manageable, but Dong Padian was a level 9 martial saint. However, this would be over 100 years later. Staying at the great grandmaster level for 100 years isn't unusual. Even so, it could still be considered prodigious talent. Just a martial saint. The martial saints that have emerged over 10,000 years of martial arts are too many. The 3 existing martial martial saints of Dragon Nation couldn't even register in 3,000 years of martial arts, let alone a mere Dong Padian. Dong Qingxue. To say I don't like her would be a lie. Youthful admiration. Over 90% of males during their youth have had a crush on one of their teachers at some point. Hormones and admiration together secretly plant a seed in their naive hearts. Of course, most of these seeds die before they can sprout. This subtle emotion, washed away by time, grasping it might just be fate. Lu Xing's admiration for Dong Qingxue probably started from the moment he saw the spouse column. I might as well train well now, and after waking up, go earn some milk money. If Dong Xingyi shows up, at worst I'll just go easy on him and use a few extra moves to defeat him. But then I think about my poor acting skills. It would be bad if it got noticed. Future big brother-in-law. We'll see each other often, so a little face must be given. 3 days later, Lu Xing was looking at the directory of girls on his phone. He decided not to disturb those like Yang Yuan and Jin Dandan who were not in the spouse column anymore. As for Yilingsu, Lu Xing hadn't been in touch for a long time. She was, after all, one of his future wives, and he felt he should check in. He sent a message saying, "Are you there?" Soon after, Yilingsu replied that she was just about to update Lu Xing about the recent activities at Linxing Pharma. The next moment, 314 messages bombarded him, leaving Lu Xing bewildered. Can I really marry someone like this? Won't she report to me about work even when we're trying to make babies? Unable to continue the conversation, Lu Xing sent a message of concern, which unexpectedly caused Yilingsu's endocrine system to go out of balance. The idea that the vampire Lu could say something nice surprised her. Then messages came again. She actually didn't believe it was Lu Xing himself texting and asked whoever found the phone to return it to Lu Xing. Seeing this, Lu Xing didn't bother to explain any further, as it would only make things worse. It was odd. Why hadn't Dong Xingyi come to challenge him yet? He then checked the internal web on his phone and saw the headline news. Dong Xingyi, except for Sun Henyu, the head of the 7 luminaries, he defeated everyone else in one move. He had fought everyone else, but hadn't come to challenge Lu Xing, ranked 4th. Interesting. Was he intentionally skipping him? Was this a favor? Lu Xing thought it must be because of Dong Qingxue. He hadn't expected to actually feel the sensation of being kept by a woman. Since you're giving face to your sister, I'll give face to my wife. If you don't bother me, I won't bother you, Lu Xing resolved, planning another trip to the cavern. After all, crafting equipment requires money, and so do a future wife and kids. He asked Li Dai to pack up some things, ready for a mission. Meanwhile, deep in the cavern, Lin Wanwan was holding herself, feeling cold. Dong Xingyi teased, if you'd spend a little more effort on martial arts, you wouldn't be feeling cold. Such good genes, truly wasted. Lin Wanwan stated, not everyone has to pursue martial arts. Saying this, she lit up the big Buddha pendant on her neck. Now I'm not cold anymore. She passed another one to Dong Qingxue. Dong Xingyi commented, this is similar to the thing that little guy Lu Xing gave you, but the value is worlds apart. The martial saint will inside it cannot compare. I think this one is much better. You mainly help with investigating the rift. As for all the exotic beasts, I will handle them. Lu Xing went back to the double S-level cavern to earn milk money. Since his last entry was at night, this time during the day, it felt slightly better visually, less eerie and creepy. However, fear comes from being weak. When you're strong enough, any mythical creatures in front of you are just illusions. They are all just a punch away from being shattered. Saying this, Lu Xing leaped down. It's unknown if that ugly thing in the cavern is still there, or if that thing only exists in this double A-level cavern or covers every cavern. It's not that Lu Xing is afraid of it. After last time's probe, he knew the other party was just a paper tiger. Even if it's now stronger than him, across the rift, it can't do much. Otherwise, it wouldn't need to lure Lu Xing in to make a move. However, if he encounters it again this time, best to retreat early. Meanwhile, on the other side, with the god of slaughter Dong Xingyi present, there was no hindrance along the way. After Dong Xingyi slaughtered all the exotic beasts on this level, it was Dong Qingxue's turn to act. Her eyes emitted a purple glow, and a stream of purple psychic energy slowly emerged from her, instantly bringing the surroundings into her view. Alright, there are no more exotic beasts around. We can start collecting now. Hearing this, Lin Wanwan put on her mask and gloves, ready to extract blood from the exotic beasts. This is a special material syringe that can even pierce through and draw blood from powerful level 7 exotic beasts. The blood sample is so potent, worthy of a level 7 exotic beast. Seeing this, Dong Xingyi spoke up. The true power of a martial artist lies in the physical body, every part of which is the best weapon, unlike those trash general stars you talk about. Saying this, he once again struck a pose and turned around. I practice with cold weapons to pursue the ultimate in skill, to break through the peak of bodily functions. If it weren't for the need to speed up, I wouldn't even deign to use a knife, given that the blood of these beasts is too dirty. Seeing Dong Xingyi continually bragging about himself, Dong Qingxue said impatiently, either help with the collection or shut up. No one likes to hear you bragging. Hearing this, Dong Xingyi pouted arrogantly. Why do everyone else's sisters adore and cling to their brothers, and my sister is so aloof? Logically, Dong Qingxue should be happy seeing her invincible brother, but the thought of Lu Xing possibly being beaten by him made her irritable and unreasonably angry. Watching her brother dance ahead, Dong Qingxue had a bold idea. The next moment, a rift appeared in front front of Dong Xingyi, startling him. Dong Qingxue, there's a rift here. Why didn't you warn me? If it weren't for my martial intuition, I would have been done for. Dong Qingxue said, holding back a smirk. Sorry, I didn't see it just now. And such a small rift wouldn't kill you even if you ran into it directly. At most, you'd get seriously injured. As soon as she finished speaking, Dong Xingyi looked at Dong Qingxue incredulously. Is this really my sister? Saying this, he turned arrogantly again. Don't do this again next time. This could be deadly. However, during the subsequent fight, Dong Xingyi nearly ran into the rift several times. This forced him to shout angrily, Dong Qingxue, what are you doing? Are you trying to kill me? But Dong Qingxue still crossed her arms and grinned, saying, I didn't see it just now. Dong Xingyi, infuriated and feeling betrayed, yelled, you're lying. You clearly did it on purpose. You insisted I go this way. Really? I truly didn't see it. Sorry. I'll be more careful next time. At this point, even Dong Xingyi started to find his scheming sister somewhat terrifying. She hasn't even married yet, and she's already turning her back on her family, even setting up her own brother. What would happen if she really got married? Even Lin Wanwan started giving Dong Xingyi sympathetic looks, advising him to take extra care of himself. Dong Xingyi haughtily told Lin Wanwan to never be like Dong Qingxue. This woman's heart has turned black now. This comment made Dong Qingxue feel a bit embarrassed. Alright, consider it a punishment passed. Let's get back to work properly now. Soon, the group reached the 34th level to fight. Dong Xingyi continued to clear obstacles with ease as usual, but then, a rift appeared again in front of him. Damn, not again. This time, the rift was like a fleeting shadow, elusive even as Dong Xingyi dodged swiftly. It still grazed him. This made the usually sister-doting Dong Xingyi roar in anger, truly furious this time. Even jokes have their limits, and this time it actually hurt him. And this place was a habitat for level 8 exotic beasts. If he got injured, none of the three of them would be able to get out. Dong Qingxue still claimed, I didn't see it just now. This infuriated Dong Xingyi even more, causing him to explode with rage. However, this time Dong Qingxue's expression was very serious, showing no hint of joking. She solemnly said, this time I really didn't see it. This rift just appeared suddenly. It wasn't here in this space before. This is a bit troublesome. As soon as she finished speaking, the other two were stunned. Dong Qingxue looked at them puzzled. Why are you looking at me so strangely? Sister Qingxue, you just said this time you really didn't see it, which means before you. Dong Xingyi then let out a painful wail. My own sister was actually trying to kill me. This is just too tragic. Seeing this, Dong Qingxue told them to stop talking nonsense. The situation is serious now. New rifts keep appearing in the cavern, usually a sign that a riot is about to occur. Dong Qingxue suggested that the three of them should leave as soon as possible. After all, a riot in a double S-level cavern is not something to take lightly. Lin Wanwan said, we're still a few samples short of completion. It would be a pity to leave now. It's okay, Wanwan, let's continue. Dong Qingxue, I can't believe a word you say anymore. Meanwhile, on another side, Lu Sheng was on the 35th level of the S-level cavern. Lu Sheng was yawning as he fought monsters, carrying a device that absorbed beast marrow fluid, fighting and absorbing at the same time. Just then, Lu Sheng felt a sudden unease. What's going on? I feel restless. His immortal cells were sending him strange signals. These things, resembling little tadpoles, were his immortal cells. Whenever such signals occurred, it meant that he or someone important around him was in danger. But who could it be? Immediately, Lu Sheng activated his psychic perception. Martial arts cultivation can continually unearth incredible treasures within the human body, and predicting good and bad fortune is a minor mystical power in martial arts. Crisis perception can avoid stepping into dangerous situations or encountering opponents that cannot be resisted. Lu Sheng's 3 immortal cells are greatly enhancing this ability. Important people to Lu Sheng include his parents, sister, Dong Qingxue, instructor Qin, Lu Qiming, and many others. Too many. This vague feeling makes it impossible for him to pinpoint the source. Does he need to check on each one? But the key issue is, cell phone signals don't reach out of the cavern. He just hopes it's not too far away, otherwise he wouldn't be able to rush there in time. Saying this, Lu Sheng leapt up and flew inside. Since the dense gold mine was just ahead, he needed to quickly retrieve it and leave. Soon, golden crystals began to appear on the ground, emerging in front of Lu Sheng. Since psychic power couldn't detect anyone, it meant that evil grandmasters in this cavern were few. Indeed, not every cavern is interconnected. Speaking, Lu Sheng raised his spear and swung it, causing the walls to explode, and instantly dozens of dense gold pieces fell to the ground. Just then, an exotic beast suddenly appeared behind Lu Sheng, ready to ambush him. Lu Sheng shouted coldly, "Don't bother me," and then swung a reverse strike with his spear. A level 8 demonic beast was killed instantly. Meanwhile, not far away, a group of people were harvesting the body of an exotic beast. What was that sound? A strong smell of blood is drifting over here. Is it an exotic beast? Or a person? Someone said, wanting to check it out. On another side, a man had just slain a level 8 exotic beast, but he was still unhappy. Dong Xingyi can be that strong? His strength isn't much greater than mine, but why can't I even block a single one of his moves? Puzzled, he kicked an exotic beast away again. I should be happy about taking down a level 8 exotic beast by myself today. So why am I still so irritated? I really hate this. The next moment, a massive explosion explosion startled him. Damn, who's making all this noise? Don't they know I'm in a really bad mood? Just wait, you've messed with the wrong guy. As Lu Sheng mined, the quantity of dense gold ore here was still considerable. Soon, several exotic beasts flew towards Lu Sheng from behind. The next moment, a burst of energy instantly severed the heads of 3 exotic beasts. With all this dense gold attracting exotic beasts, I should dig just a bit more and then that's enough. After all, I don't have any laborers this time. I'll have to carry it back slowly myself. Just then, Lu Sheng's heart suddenly felt as if it was being tightly squeezed. This sensation usually meant that someone important to him was about to face a crisis, and now it was exceptionally strong. It looks like there's no time to gather more dense gold. Saying this, Lu Sheng turned and left, only taking a convenient piece with him. The rest of the dense gold had to be left behind. Just then, a large group of people appeared in front of Lu Sheng. These are dense gold. Oh my god, so much dense gold. This guy has found a dense gold vein. Everyone come and see. But Lu Sheng slowly walked away, not in the mood to deal with these people. This feeling was like the stray dogs that used to follow him when he carried takeout home. Lu Sheng spoke sternly. The rest of this is all yours. Now clear the way for me. A bald man with a sly smile said, "You must be joking. You know the noise from your mining has been huge. Dense gold attracts exotic beasts, don't you know? Now there might be countless exotic beasts drawn here. How are we supposed to mine the rest? Why not share that piece in your hand with us, so we can all safely leave together?" Lu Sheng, angered, stepped forward and said in a deep voice, "What did you say? Say that again." Unexpectedly, his intensity made everyone tighten up. Just then, another man appeared. "Was that you making that noise just now?" "He is. This man is Ji-sun." Seeing a group of people nodding and bowing, Ji-sun's proud demeanor resurfaced. "You know who I am? You're joking. General Star overall 2nd rank. Who in the Eastern Military Region doesn't know you?" Seeing this, Lu Sheng slowly opened his mouth. "Then do you know who I am? What are you?" "I don't know who you are, nor do I need to. I only know you just disturbed me, and I'm in a really bad mood right now. Either leave all the dense gold ore, or stay here with it." Seeing this, the crowd hastily retreated, afraid of being caught in the fray. Let's watch Ji-sun's performance now. Hopefully, he leaves us some scraps. The next moment, Lu Sheng dropped the dense gold he was holding onto the ground. Seeing this, Ji-sun mockingly jeered, You do know what's good for you." "Then I will." Before he could finish, Lu Sheng interrupted. "Are all your martial intuitions for decoration? Why can't you feel it? I'm really in a hurry and very irritated." As he spoke, a terrifying aura surged from Lu Sheng. The terrifying aura made Ji-sun retreat repeatedly. "Since you so wish to die, I'll oblige you." What followed was a devastating burst of energy from behind Lu Sheng. This spectacle blinded everyone's titanium alloy dog eyes, and Ji-sun couldn't believe that the young man he was mocking just moments ago had suddenly transformed into a war god. On the other side, the situation for Dong Qingxue was also not optimistic. Dong Qingxue stated that they really couldn't go any further, as they were already more than 30 levels deep, and this rift had just appeared. Lin Wanwan also agreed. "Moreover, I've almost collected all my samples." She then suggested to Dong Xingyi that they prepare to head back. However, at that moment, Dong Xingyi seemed indifferent to their conversation, calmly staring ahead with a vacant gaze. It wasn't until Dong Qingxue tapped his shoulder that Dong Xingyi snapped out of it, then said he had been lost in thought and hadn't heard clearly, asking them to repeat. However, upon hearing Dong Qingxue's suggestion to return, he objected, stating that the journey had proved there was no cavern riot as Dong Qingxue had previously described. He ignored Dong Qingxue's advice and continued forward. "Enough, Dong Qingxue. Your job is just a scout. I will naturally handle any exotic beasts. Who do you think you are? Don't use your mere 6th level martial arts skills to guess my limits. Even if there really was a riot in the cavern, I have the ability to get us out." With that said, Dong Qingxue felt it inappropriate to say more. Lin Wanwan stepped forward and said, "Brother Dong, that's harsh. Sister Dong Qingxue is just worried about our safety." Hearing this, Dong Xingyi's expression turned grave. If she really cared about me, she wouldn't have done what she did before. "We still need a few more samples from level 8 exotic beasts. Let's continue down until we've collected enough to return. Also, I can feel that my opportunity to break through to Martial Saint is inside." Saying this, he forcefully grabbed Lin Wanwan's arms and shook her. "We absolutely cannot fail this. Absolutely not. Absolutely not." At this moment, Dong Xingyi seemed possessed, his eyes bloodshot and his breathing heavy. As soon as he finished speaking, he stormed off towards the cavern entrance again. This left Lin Wanwan so shocked that her endocrine system went out of balance, and she turned back to comfort Dong Qingxue. But Dong Qingxue said she wasn't upset. Having grown up together as siblings, she naturally wouldn't mind such things. She just felt that there was something wrong with Dong Xingyi at that moment. "Wanwan, have you noticed that Dong Xingyi seems terrifying now? My psychic perception detects that his state is a bit abnormal. For instance, when we first entered the cavern, Dong Xingyi wouldn't stray more than 5 meters from us, and now we're at the 34th level, which is more than 10 times more dangerous than when we entered. Now there's quite a distance between us, but he hasn't even noticed that we aren't following." So Dong Qingxue speculated that there must be something affecting Dong Xingyi's mind, making him want to keep moving deeper into the cavern. Meanwhile, on the other side, Lu Sheng was choking Ji-sun, leaving him half dead and foaming at the mouth. Following that, with a downward swing of Lu Xing's hand, the scene frightened the bald man who had not expected Ji Sun, the formidable and undefeated second-ranked of the military region, to be beaten senseless by an unknown, mysterious young man, his life and death uncertain. If this news were to spread, it would certainly shock the entire eastern military region. While the bald man was still stunned, Lu Xing had already approached him. The bald man thought Lu Xing was going to attack him and quickly knelt down begging for mercy. "Don't kill us, please. We were wrong, sir, we were wrong." As he spoke, the bald man felt a warm current flowing under his feet. "Now that the communication devices are damaged, if we die here, it won't be half a day before we turn into exotic beast dung. Are we going to stay here forever? I don't want to die." Seeing the bald man's pathetic state, Lu Xing didn't plan to kill him, just stating that he wasn't a villain, and his anger had mostly subsided. As soon as he finished speaking, the bald man's hanging heart finally fell. "Thank goodness, we made it through." As the bald man was just about to look up and clasp his hands in thanks, a sword light flashed past his ear. Before he could react, his ear had parted ways with him. The bald man clutched his ear, screaming in pain, enveloped by a death-like terror. He hadn't expected the young man before him to be so terrifying. Lu Xing approached him slowly, whispering, "Remember my face. Be afraid of me the next time we meet." Although Lu Xing didn't intend to kill everyone, this bald man, the biggest troublemaker, needed to be taught a lesson. Speaking the harshest words in the gentlest tone scared the bald man into wetting himself twice more as he hurriedly nodded in understanding. But in reality, his eyes were already filled with hatred. Now full of hatred, the image of Lu Xing was seared into his heart. The next moment, his eyes sharpened as if he had realized something. "I remember now. He is Lu Xing, the 4th-ranked general star, the recently risen top contender of the 9th war zone, with a combat power of 12.5 stars. No, wait!" The others also started to realize something. Since Lu Xing had taken down the second-ranked Ji Sun with just one move, how could he only have 12.5 stars? Think about it. Dong Xingyi defeated Ji Sun with one move, and so did Lu Xing. No wonder Dong Xingyi beat up all the top 10 general stars, except for him. It turns out these two are on the same level of strength. Dong Xingyi's days of flaunting his power in our eastern military region are definitely numbered. After Lu Xing left, people slowly began to look towards Ji Sun in front. Seeing Ji Sun motionless, they thought he was slapped to death. However, after an examination by Purple Hair, it was discovered that Lord Lu had held back. The slap was a few inches off target, merely brushing past the heart, luckily causing no fatal injury. At this moment, Ji Sun slowly opened his eyes, puzzled that he was not yet dead. However, he no longer felt resentment, only confusion and bewilderment in his eyes. He wondered why Lu Xing and Dong Xingyi were so powerful, even though he was also at level 8, yet in their presence, he felt as insignificant as an ant. On the other side, Lu Xing hurriedly walked towards the exit, silently reproaching himself. He had still been too soft-hearted, unable to kill as ruthlessly as Gu Xian. But just then, Lu Xing's heartbeat accelerated again, the uneasy signals growing stronger. He could no longer afford any delay. Who could be in danger? The thought caused unease to rise in Lu Xing's mind. Meanwhile, Lin Wanwan was pulling Dong Xingyi, indicating they could no longer proceed downward or the situation would become perilous. However, Dong Xingyi, now under demonic influence, pushed Lin Wanwan away abruptly. "Wanwan, don't meddle." Seeing this, my wife Dong Xingxue immediately deployed mental interference, trying to pull Dong Xingyi back. Several strong thunderous psychic powers flew towards him, but just as they were about 3 centimeters from Dong Xingyi, a protective barrier formed behind him, blocking all attacks. In the next moment, Dong Xingyi turned around and coldly said, "Dong Xingxue, do you really want to die?" Dong Xingxue faced Dong Xingyi directly, stating, "Now that Wanwan's collection is complete, we should also go back." Lin Wanwan also chimed in, "We shouldn't stay here any longer." Hearing this, Dong Xingyi hesitated for a moment, then continued to look forward, allowing the two women to go back by themselves. He chose to continue forward. "I really want to see what is at the innermost location. Something there seems to be calling me. Perhaps it is the ultimate martial path that I have been tirelessly seeking." Dong Xingyi seemed to have completely lost his sanity. This scene infuriated Dong Xingxue, who cursed, "You've been bewitched, Dong Xingyi. There's nothing inside. Don't be foolish. There's only a path to death. Even if the ultimate martial path is real, it won't be in a cave." But Dong Xingyi persisted, stating, "There must be my martial path inside." Saying this, he emitted a strange aura, completely ignoring the persuasions of the two women, and continued walking forward. Now Dong Xingyi had completely succumbed to the demonic influence, and the two women began to panic, but were utterly unable to stop Dong Xingyi's steps. Moreover, going back for help was unrealistic. With their strength, they simply couldn't leave this place. The only thing Dong Xingxue could do was to wake up this foolish brother. Saying this, the two women took a brisk step forward. They could no longer allow Dong Xingyi to continue, or they would all die. Subsequently, Dong Xingxue sent a psychic flying knife forward, which instantly cut through a giant rock in front, causing it to fall and block Dong Xingyi's path. Immediately afterward, Lin Wanwan leaped in front of Dong Xingyi, spreading her arms to stop him. "Elder brother Dong, if you don't come back, I will go back and tell my mom, then let her punish you." But unexpectedly, Dong Xingyi ignored toward her, stepping directly over Lin Wanwan, and even kicked a giant rock in front of him, flying with one kick. Whatever, Lin Jingyue's path can only achieve success for herself, not for me. My path lies ahead. Seeing this, Lin Wanwan felt that this time they were truly doomed. Normally, Dong Xingyi was most afraid of his mother, and now that even this had no effect, it seemed he was truly mad. Then she looked at Dong Qingxue. Can we only watch him leave? Dong Qingxue frowned, hesitated for a moment as if making a difficult decision, and then said to Lin Wanwan, I still have one way. After saying this, she briskly stepped forward again towards Dong Xingyi. In the next moment, Dong Qingxue hugged Dong Xingyi and cried out, Second brother, don't go forward anymore. Do you really not want your little Shui anymore? Second brother, do you not recognize me? I'm little Shui. Indeed, Dong Qingxue acting spoiled worked effectively on her Siscon second brother. Soon, the redness in Dong Xingyi's eyes gradually faded, and his sanity was gradually returning. Second brother, this place is deep within the cavern, full of dangers. Let's go back, shall we? Moreover, the mission of Transcendence Martial Saint's only daughter, Lin Wanwan, has been completed, so let's not go any further. One second brother brought back his sanity, 2 second brothers made him instantly alert, and 3 second brothers got him extremely excited. Since his sister became an adult, she had hardly ever called him second brother or acted spoiled in front of him. Therefore, for his sister, he couldn't continue to sink. Subsequently, Dong Xingyi shook his head vigorously, trying hard to stay alert. Dong Qingxue clung to Dong Xingyi, sweetly saying, we need you to escort us back. Hearing this, Dong Xingyi slapped his forehead, angrily saying, damn it, what was I thinking? How could I have brought you here? I was just like. Before he could finish speaking, the consciousness of Dong Xingyi, which had just awakened, succumbed once again, his eyes gradually becoming hazy. There is something I extremely desire ahead, so I cannot go back. In the next moment, a flame barrier slowly emerged around his body, and then he directly flung Dong Qingxue away. Dong Qingxue desperately cried out, second brother, but this power was beyond her ability to resist. In the direction Dong Qingxue was thrown, an exotic beast opened its small cherry mouth and slowly approached. In the next moment, this exotic beast swallowed Dong Qingxue whole, then dived back into the ground after eating her. Seeing this, Lin Wanwan panicked, yelling, Sister Qingxue, and Dong Xingyi, standing by and watching Dong Qingxue being eaten by the exotic beast, instantly regained his sanity, and he roared madly, Qingxue. On the other side, the unease in Lu Xing's heart grew stronger. Soon, a gust of wind burst forth at the entrance, and Lu Xing rushed out of the ground at top speed. The moment he surfaced, Lu Xing's whole body jolted, a feeling of loss washed over him again. At that moment, something very important to Lu Xing was rapidly slipping away. Lu Xing shouted, not good. The immortal cells quieted down, no longer sending signals, which was even more dangerous. Saying this, Lu Xing immediately called his mother, and as the phone connected, he quickly asked about the situation at home. After confirming everything was fine, Lu Xing called his sister to ensure her safety. After ruling out a few people, Lu Xing next called Dong Qingxue, but the phone went unanswered for a long time. Could it be that something happened to her? However, it's common for phones to be turned off in the military area, as signals often can't reach places like caverns. It might not necessarily mean something has happened. In the next moment, Qin Xiaojun called. As Lu Xing answered, a hurried voice came from the other end. Lu Xing, come back quickly. Something has happened to Dong Qingxue. They entered an SS-grade cavern fracture that erupted in a riot, and it's the highest level, level 10. Knowing that Dong Qingxue was in the 7th war zone, a pale yellow immortal aura slowly appeared around Lu Xing, and then he took a brisk step forward, flying ahead. At this moment, Lu Xing, like a missile, traveled at the fastest speed he had ever achieved in his life. Dong Qingxue, you must wait for me. You must. Meanwhile, the troops were surrounding the SS-grade cavern near the 7th war zone, and they also immediately sought help from the 6th and 8th war zones. A level 10 riot had erupted here, and who knew how much damage it would cause? An officer learned from the data that there were still 8 teams inside the cavern, including Transcendence Martial Saint's only daughter Lin Wanwan and her 3rd disciple Dong Xingyi, who had not yet returned, which was very troubling. The superior on the phone stated that now all authority over the 7th war zone was being transferred to this soldier, instructing him to gather all available teams to go down and search for the 2. If anything untoward happened, the military department could not withstand the wrath of Transcendence Martial Saint. The heavy command forced the soldier to accept it reluctantly. He immediately gathered strong individuals, preparing to go down and search for them. First, send down Team 1, then Team 2 will continue to assemble later. Just then, a man behind him noticed Dong Xingyi fighting below in the cavern. Dong Xingyi was seen carrying Lin Wanwan as they flew out of the cavern, pursued by countless exotic beasts. Confirm it's Dong Xingyi. Everyone follow me down to support them. Finally, after a 7-minute rescue operation, they successfully brought Dong Xingyi out. Following the 2 were 2 reptilian exotic beasts. The newly emerged Dong Xingyi had a vacant look in his eyes, showing no will to fight. Seeing this, the officer by his side thought Dong Xingyi was scared and quickly approached to speak. It's good you're okay, otherwise we really would have had to force our way into the rioting cavern. However, Dong Xingyi remained indifferent. The officer continued, indeed, as the third disciple of Transcendence Martial Saint. Not only did you come out of the cavern safely, but you also managed to rescue 3 squads of General Star that were trapped inside. Hearing this, Dong Xingyi knelt on the ground, trembling. The officer was baffled, while Lin Wanwan came forward to comfort him. Dong Xingyi, trembling, choked up and said, "What's the use? She didn't make it out. It's my fault. I caused this." A junior quietly told the officer. There were 3 of them who went in, and 1 person hasn't come out yet. The officer roared, "What did you say? There's still someone inside? Why didn't you say so earlier?" The junior explained, "That person is a colonel from the 9th War Zone, and also Dong Xingyi's younger sister." However, after hearing the junior's report, the officer relaxed, because he felt that Dong Xingxue wasn't a very significant person. If she died, she died. After all, on the battlefield, who doesn't die? Even level 7 grandmasters often fall, let alone a minor level 6 officer. Probably Dong Xingyi will get over it after some days. This could also be seen as a test of character. Just then, a loud noise came from the sky, and war god Lu Sheng made a brilliant entrance. Instantly, an overwhelming intent to fight enveloped the area, causing everyone present to tremble and slowly look up. The imposing Lu Sheng slowly said, "Where is Dong Xingyi?" As he spoke, Lu Sheng walked forward slowly, his overwhelming fighting spirit almost solidifying. This made even the highest commander of the 7th War Zone tremble. He didn't understand who this young man was, who could even make him, an 11-star general, feel chilled. Lu Sheng roared again, "Where's Dong Xingyi? Come out now!" Hearing the repeated shouting, Dong Xingyi gradually snapped out of his daze. Before he could fully react, a hand as big as a sandbag was already in front of him, and then he was abruptly pulled up. Lu Sheng's gaze was icy as he headbutt Dong Xingyi, angrily demanding, "Speak up, where is Dong Xingxue?" Caught off guard by the question about Dong Xingxue, Dong Xingyi stuttered, unable to articulate a response. Behind him, Lin Wanwan broke down crying. The next moment, Lu Sheng released Dong Xingyi. His body burst into flames as he shouted angrily, "Dong Xingxue in there," but failed to bring her out. "You are fully responsible for this, even if you are her brother." After speaking, Lu Sheng turned and walked towards the cavern, saying coldly, "Dong Xingyi, you are so eager to prove yourself in martial arts? Wait until I bring Dong Xingxue back. I will personally cripple your martial path." Seeing this, the officer hurriedly called out to Lu Sheng, "Do you have a death wish? That's an SS-grade cavern ahead with a level 10 riot. Come back." Dong Xingyi's gaze trembled as he looked toward the cavern, thinking to himself, "Is this guy Lu Sheng?" Inside the exotic beast, Dong Xingxue was disgusted by the tentacle creature. Meanwhile, Lu Sheng, vowing to rescue Dong Xingxue, was rushing towards the depths of the cavern. Suddenly, the ground surged, blocking his path. It turned out to be a level 8 throat beast emerging from underground. Seeing this, Lu Sheng gathered golden energy in his war spear, his eyes ice cold as he shouted, "Don't get in my way." With that, the powerful exotic beast was instantly split in 2. This fierce scene left those still trapped underground stunned, marveling, who is this Lu Sheng to be able to kill a level 8 exotic beast with one move? Meanwhile, at the entrance, the officer hadn't recovered from his shock. After all, this was a level 10 riot in an SS-grade cavern. While everyone else wanted to flee, he dared to enter, surely mad. Even the usually strong-willed Dong Xingyi felt admiration, having seen many who bravely faced death in his life, but never anyone as decisive as Lu Sheng, who showed not even a hint of hesitation. Is he the man Dong Xingxue likes? At this moment, Lu Sheng had gone berserk in the cavern, with countless exotic beast carcasses piling up like mountains, slain by his war spear. Just now, Lu Sheng had quickly checked Dong Xingxue's personal information and found that her life had not yet ended, proving she was only trapped in the cavern and not dead. However, the situation could change at any moment, so he had to hurry. "Dong Xingxue, wait for me. I will find you." Meanwhile, inside the exotic beast, Dong Xingxue was unconscious but protected by an invisible force. Only when she slowly opened her eyes and gradually regained consciousness did she realize she had not died. This force came from a pendant given by Lu Sheng, unexpectedly, had saved her. She remembered that her last memory was being swallowed by a powerful exotic beast. So was this the inside of the exotic beast's stomach? Just as she got up and started walking forward, tentacles behind her quietly began to stir. The next moment, a tentacle wrapped around Dong Xingxue's ankle, and then more tentacles joined, binding her tightly. Dong Xingxue cursed inwardly, "Damn it, I'm clearly inside its stomach. How could such disgusting things grow here?" Before she could finish feeling disgusted, another even more disgusting thing slowly approached her head, then quickly attacked. Just as it was about 3 centimeters from Dong Xingxue's forehead, the jade pendant in her hand emitted a dazzling light, instantly cutting down all the surrounding tentacles. Eventually, the pendant formed a golden light sphere enveloping Dong Xingxue. She hadn't expected the psychic barrier of the pendant to block these malicious attacks, but the light gradually dimmed, and the energy significantly decreased. It seemed that any further attacks would be the end of her. Due to the strong corrosiveness of the exotic beast's gastric juices, Dong Xingxue's clothes were severely damaged, significantly revealing more than intended. It seemed, if she wanted to survive, she must find a way to escape from here. Plus, the air inside the exotic beast was extremely murky. If she weren't a level 6 martial artist and a mind weaver, she would have suffocated by now. Dong Xingxue gritted her teeth teeth, gathered all her strength, and planned to forcibly break a way out. However, her full strength blow inside the exotic beast had no effect. Unwilling to give up, she struck again. Even under her full force strikes, the exotic beast's body remained undamaged. This caused her last bit of hope to quietly disappear. Dong Qingxue sat down dejectedly on the ground, beginning to give up hope for life. Indeed, thinking that I, a mere level 6 weakling, could break through the stomach of a level 8 exotic beast is pure folly. Although she felt neither regret nor fear, the only thing left in her heart was remorse. Regret that she had not been braver before, even if it had only been once. Just then, her phone fell out of her pocket. Looking at the fallen phone, she fell into contemplation. The only person she regretted in this life was Lu Sheng. Unable to do anything, she could only silently open Lu Sheng's contact, staring at his profile picture, waiting for death. Tears of regret streamed from her eyes. At this moment, Dong Qingxue clearly felt the air getting thinner and her consciousness gradually blurring. Her phone dropped to the ground. Nearing death, she murmured Lu Sheng's name, still wanting to send a final message telling Lu Sheng she liked him, although she knew the message definitely wouldn't send. Soon, the tentacles that had just been destroyed grew back, and this time, the tentacles had once again wrapped around Dong Qingxue, preparing to devour her. In her last moments of consciousness, Dong Qingxue gave up resistance and accepted her fate. Perhaps in the next life, she could meet Lu Sheng again. Because the pendant previously given to Dong Qingxue contained Lu Sheng's psychic seed, it acted like a tracking system, but now, Lu Sheng could no longer feel her exact location, obviously still not close enough. Since it has come to this, then I'll just flip this cavern upside down. Lu Sheng roared. As soon as his voice fell, groups of exotic beasts once again surrounded Lu Sheng. However, the air instantly filled with a blend of ice and fire, which is Lu Sheng's unique technique, dual extremes of ice and fire. The surrounding exotic beasts didn't even have a chance to start fighting before they were instantly frozen and shattered. The exotic beasts instantly turned into ice sculptures. The next moment, Lu Sheng's eyes blazed with a terrifying aura, and he roared, "Beasts!" Following that, a tyrannical aura of slaughter erupted from Lu Sheng, which was the activation of his path of slaughter. He continued to move swiftly around, murmuring, "Annihilation, torn to pieces." In just a moment, groups of exotic beasts were massacred by Lu Sheng's war spear, and a thick smell of blood filled the entire cavern. However, even with such ferocious slaughter, Lu Sheng still felt it was too slow. What Lu Sheng needed to do now was to rush back to Dong Qingxue's side immediately. Every second he delayed here, Dong Qingxue was in greater danger. The exotic beasts were petrified by Lu Sheng's actions. Unable to move, Lu Sheng raised his flame war spear, employing the divine whale Dharma aspect power, and wherever the long spear passed, death ensued. As the cavern exploded and split apart, Lu Sheng finally sensed Dong Qingxue's location right below the spot. Lu Sheng, like an intercontinental missile, rushed downward at high speed, his body enveloped in an immortal aura. In no time, Lu Sheng had crossed through 15, 20, all the way down to 40 layers. He could feel that Dong Qingxue was getting closer. "Hold on, I'm coming." Lu Sheng felt anxious. Finally, he distinctly sensed that Dong Qingxue was right behind the stone wall. The next moment, all the flame power in Lu Sheng's body concentrated, and he roared, "Break for me, damn it." With that, he delivered a mighty kick to the stone wall, causing the entire cavern to shake. However, when the stone wall broke, the scene before him stunned Lu Sheng. An exotic beast, its mouth full of viscous liquid, blocked Lu Sheng's path, and the signal from Dong Qingxue was growing weaker. It was certain that she was likely inside this exotic beast's stomach. This disgusting throat beast, daring to swallow her, is truly asking for death. Fury burned inside Lu Sheng. The next moment, Lu Sheng suddenly sensed that Dong Qingxue's presence was fading. Could it be that she had already? "Damn it!" Lu Sheng roared angrily. The throat beast, seeing its territory invaded, immediately became unsettled and spat out a green gas bomb in attack. Quickly, a wave of green electric light roared towards Lu Sheng. This attack could slay a level 8 powerhouse, but Lu Sheng remained extraordinarily calm. The next second, his body burst out with golden electricity, energy gathering in his left hand, his gaze icy as he coldly said, "Was it you, this bug, that ate her?" Immediately after, the throat beast's powerful attack was dispersed by a punch from Lu Sheng. The throat beast was so frightened that its mouth hung open in shock. Just then, Lu Sheng sensed that Dong Qingxue's presence had disappeared, and he could no longer hold back. Enraged, he delivered an energy hand blade towards the throat beast, and the exotic didn't even make a sound as its eyes closed, and it died outright. Lu Sheng roared, "Beast, give her back to me." The next second, the entire exotic beast was sliced open like tofu, not stopping until reaching the stomach where Dong Qingxue was. Dong Qingxue, awaiting death, was entangled by disgusting tentacles all over her body, her consciousness gradually blurring. However, just then, a dazzling light shone down from above. Dong Qingxue slowly opened her eyes, tears of sadness welling up, thinking it was the Grim Reaper coming for her. However, the next moment, Lu Sheng's voice rang out, "Dong Qingxue." This call instantly awakened her, and the surrounding tentacles were destroyed into countless small pieces. She incredulously watched her body slowly descending, and the voice of Lu Sheng she had just heard. Could it be that she was hallucinating from missing him too much? But just Just then, a large hand gently caught Dong Qingxue as she fell. Lu Xing had finally arrived. Lu Xing spoke tenderly and indulgently. Dong Qingxue, I've come to take you home. Even now, Dong Qingxue still thought this was a dream. She was inside the stomach of an exotic beast during a rampage. How could Lu Xing possibly be here? However, being able to see Lu Xing one last time before she died filled her with contentment. To die in his arms, she had no regrets. He was still so dazzling, so confident. Lie still, don't move, we're going home now.